Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have even more now crazy continuation drama coming out over here when it comes to the Microsoft and PlayStation basically battle of the acquisitions. Now, as you guys know, Microsoft's been trying their best to go and get Activision, and the kind of really big fighting point has always been Call of Duty. But now we actually have a brand new thing over here from Bloomberg themselves discussing that Microsoft had a massive, huge offer that's almost kind of surprising if they even want to try their best to turn this down. To the point where we're like, what is this? How is this a bad deal? You should go and take this PlayStation, at least off of my idea and my interpretation. But basically, Microsoft has now did a brand new deal for Call of Duty, which also might be including even subscription services. So I'm going to talk about this, talk about the Bloomberg article itself that just broke as of today, and I want to hear all your thoughts and comments down below. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $500 giveaway. We also do have the brand new Samsung links down below, in case you guys do want to go check those on out. A lot of good sales going on as of today with the heat sinks for the PS5s, for your PC, whatever, and of course the Amazon Target links down below, and let's dive into the video. So as I mentioned really quickly, a lot of these things with Microsoft and PlayStation kind of going back and forth, and they're trying to find the perfect deal. Originally with Steam and Nintendo, they're trying to offer a 10-year basically guarantee that the Call of Duty and other various games may end up on their platforms and be able to be bought and sold. But right now, it seems like this deal is now going to the next level, so let's go break it down and talk about this. So we have this over here from Bloomberg themselves, where Microsoft's offer to Sony for Call of Duty now includes subscription service, interestingly and weirdly enough. So regulators in the US, UK, and EU are concerned now that Microsoft's bid for Activision could lock up game services over here. So as of today, in a bid to win regulatory approval for its $69 billion purchase of Activision Blizzard, Microsoft Corp has offered rival Sony, Sony Group, etc., PlayStation, the rights to sell Activision blockbuster Call of Duty as then part of its gaming subscription service. This could potentially be kind of huge. We're going to definitely do a deep dive into this one. Microsoft has publicly stated that it offered Sony a 10-year deal to make Call of Duty available on the Japanese company's PlayStation console. The proposal, which Sony hasn't accepted, is now also including rights to sell the title on the PlayStation Plus service, which gives gamers access to a catalog of games for a monthly fee, according to a person familiar with the negotiations who declined to be identified because these talks are confidential and pretty much a huge, massive leak. This is like, if this is a properly true leak, this is probably one of the biggest leaks in gaming we've had a chance to see so far. So what does this mean? So as you guys know, a big kind of deal with this deal, big issue with the deal, on the deal, is that essentially Game Pass is almost perfect in terms of it's almost impossible for brand new companies to join. It's almost impossible for very smaller publishers to join. And the only really potential competitors are maybe like Steam, EA, Ubisoft, PlayStation, Nintendo, if even that. And Nintendo is definitely really far away. Sony can maybe do it, but they're not fully there. And they don't necessarily, they make most of their money off these proper brand new day one titles. And they just really can't offer these realistically, at least in their mind, as a proper deal. And then Steam and EA and Origin are just a lot smaller. Like Steam is just more of its own proper business, and then EA and Ubisoft, they're like a few $1 billion worth of company, but they don't have enough games to deal with Xbox. And as well, anything else in between is not going to happen. Like, it's just too big, costs way too much money for hosting. Look at Google Stadia, it got shut down. But this could be a potential huge game changer, and it's also getting to the point where it's like, what else would Sony ever need? Because if they have this maybe factored out in with like a PlayStation Plus, or maybe they get like a cheaper discount too, like maybe say spend $40, maybe you get 10 hours for free, maybe you get the whole month for free, maybe it might be a free-to-play game, who knows? But this might be one of the biggest changes coming, being added on over here if they have the deal go through. So basically, Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass. And this, I think, is more of the issue. Like, I think Call of Duty is a big deal nonetheless, but I think the bigger issue is that you can't get into cloud gaming. Cloud gaming is seemingly to be the future of all this type of stuff, and it's very, it's a big, this will be the next 5, 10, 15 years, and if no people can compete with it, it is a monopoly, without a doubt. And that's what these really big regulators are trying their best to stop. So Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass is the leader in video game and cloud gaming subscription market, and is a top concern of regulators in the US, UK, and European Union. Last week, the U.S. Federal Trade Commission said it's seeking to block the merger on grounds that it would enable Microsoft to suppress competitors to its Xbox gaming consoles and its rapidly growing subscription content and cloud gaming business. And I think that's why it kind of ties back more into potentially being offered to PlayStation Plus on the essential or premium plans, and they have to be able to go basically like level the playing field or at least have some sort of a win-win if they're spending $70 billion, because not many companies can spend $70 billion, and that's also a big reason with the monopoly issues. Cloud gaming, which Microsoft sells as part of the highest tier of Game Pass, is still in its infancy. But some expect the technology, and I'd probably agree with this too, which allows subscribers to stream certain games onto any device, even tablets and phones, could eventually make consoles less relevant. So subscriptions offer gamers access to a wealth of games for a low price of $10 to $15 a month, compared to a single title game, which is $70. Now, a big thing to note too is that is also a big point. If we're kind of talking about Sony, more so let's say talk about PlayStation, if you can have all these major big selling games on, say, Microsoft on Xbox or Game Pass, it really does take away the need for a console. Even for me on my own channel, I say, I'm on PC, I'll do PC Game Pass, and then who cares what happens on Xbox, really, because I'm more of a PC gamer. But guess what, as time goes on, more people are on phones. We even had Samsung integrate their Game Pass to their TVs, PC Game Pass. In theory, it almost would even completely go a next level of just wipe out the consoles back and forth, where it's just more of a gaming conglomerate that essentially could go and somehow squeeze out PlayStation if they keep on buying out different companies, and then basically PlayStation just can't make enough money, and everyone just goes to either PC, phone, or television, and completely they don't even care about Xbox at that point, they just care about the Xbox brand, so like Xbox Game Pass, etc. And this is kind of an intriguing thing, because if PlayStation accepts this deal, we don't know the specifics because this is a really big leak. If this is all a legitimate leak, this is huge, because if they can somehow throw PS Plus and Call of Duty on there, that would probably make a lot of people happy. But also might even be bad for PlayStation because they may not make as much money, because they would obviously make a lot of money from microtransactions or people buying the game for full price on the PlayStation system, like the console itself. And as well, it still does open up that people could just go to Xbox at the end of the day and just do their Game Pass and Game Pass news, when it comes to just playing the game for free on Game Pass if they have their Game Pass subscription. So this is kind of crazy in my mind, because first of all, I want to see the specific details, because the first time I saw it was a 3-year offer, and people were kind of being like, oh my god, PlayStation, like you're being a baby. 10 years gives a little bit more of a leeway, and I think that leans slightly towards Xbox. 10 years plus also on PS Plus, which would also incentivize the growth of PS Plus and keep competition handy, but as well maybe either get people deals on Call of Duty or let them go and stream it for free, and then maybe try to push more microtransactions in terms of like skins or XP or battle passes or whatever. That also might be a proper good workaround for Xbox to make it go and work. And it's crazy because this is a huge leak if it's true, and this could actually maybe even change the gaming ecosystem, because a lot of people complain about PS Plus not really being too much of a good system, and myself included. We wanted day one games, we want to be competing with Game Pass, but obviously they just can't do it because they can't afford it, because they don't have Microsoft funding. So this could be really huge. This could be a really big game changer, not even clickbait. So Sony has been a staunch opponent to Microsoft's bid for Activision, accusing the company of seeking to lock in many consumers to Xbox, which is a big valid concern with all these big regulatory bodies, and leveraging its own other products to foreclose cloud gaming at a critical point of its evolution, and essentially stopping the development of cloud gaming because they just have $100 billion worth of games. No indie studio can compete with that, plus the hosting costs, plus everything else, marketing, etc. And then analysts question whether Sony's criticisms come from insecurity that the Japanese tech company lags behind Microsoft in diversification, which I honestly gotta think that's a big part of it. PlayStation probably could have done a lot more bigger changes and big developments and everything else, and they've also just been slacking on that too. And they also do kind of obviously focus on the single player games. Game Pass, which launched in 2017, has grown quickly and now has more than 25 million subscribers, far more than Sony's similar offering. Microsoft added cloud gaming to Game Pass in 2020, and according to the FTC, more than 20 million gamers have streamed games from the cloud with the service itself, and they have also said that cloud gaming subscription services are essential to reach the goal of expanding to 3 billion gamers worldwide. So I want to hear your thoughts and comments, because I do think if there is a PlayStation Plus deal for Call of Duty, that could change everything, and as well, we'll have to see as more of these leaks kind of come out when it comes to this big court case. And as well, I'd be kind of down with it. I think it'd be a win-win, but we'll have to see. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, or $500 giveaway. All the Samsung SSDs that are currently on sale for your console or PC. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow. We also have the Amazon links and Target links too as well down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.